Alright then, you lot. Well, I just filmed a little bit of like an intro kind of thing then, and I didn't have the microphone turned on, so you didn't hear anything anyway, so there we go. That is even if I even put it in the video. I might not, I might do. But anyway, for those of you if you've not been watching, I've got a little starter box. I tried to repair it with what I've actually got at the time, but it didn't work. The little positive wire is too short. It's just gay, really. So here you go, new wire. Take the old one off, put a new longer one on. It'll be easier to work with, and it'll just be better because it won't get pulled as much. Because when you've got short little wires, they tend to get pulled, and that's when you just have trouble. So I'm just going to put new wire on it, basically. So yeah, let's get going, shall we? Oh, I really wish that this camera would start working again, because it's so difficult trying to. I don't like to keep going on about it, but it's something that's on my mind. You know what I mean? It's trying to do things back to front all the time. It's so difficult. And like, normally I'll have the little screen looking down now, and I'll be looking at it, and it'll be the right way up. So, like for example, now it looks to me like it's coming as if it's going to go out of shot. So I need to move the camera up. Yeah, I do. Look, there you go. Whereas it would be quite normal normally, but I don't know. It just makes things awkward. Anyway, right, there's that. Right, I might even put a new negative wire on, because that one's see, look, because that one's you know, a bit gay as well. So let's turn that around. Probably could do with putting all new wires on it, to tell you the truth, but I'm not going to bother putting all new wires on it. What am I going to do that for? It's just a bloody starter box, isn't it? It ain't royalty or nothing like that. So let's just take that off all together. There you go. There's that. I might be. I could pull that off. I'm going to have to get the soldering iron on that, and I'm not going to waste a plug. I'm not going to waste a plug on it. There you are. I'm just going to get the soldering on now and desolder that, get rid of that. How long do we want our wire? How long do we want the wire? Where's the end? End. Come to me, end. Right, there's one end. Let's wrap it back up again. There's one thing that I don't like, is mess and chaos. I know some of you might look at my surroundings sometimes and go, "You don't like mess? What's he on about?" No, I don't. I don't like mess, you know. Mess just kind of happens, and if mess is there, then mess is there, but I don't like it. It's bloody annoying. So let's pretend that's on there like that. Yeah, I'm gonna fuck it. I'm gonna put a new negative wire on as well. Or shall I? Oh, for fucking Jesus! Well, that, you lot, was the postman with a very exciting parcel. So I'll give you a spoiler. It was an RC car, and that's the spoiler for you. So anyway, that's even more of an incentive for me to hurry up and get this done now. Now I can go and open that up. Whoa, yeah. What an idiot. Anyway, so let's put that there. I'm going to cut it. I'll have it about there, I think. I don't want it too long flapping around, really, do I? No. If I put that on, put a new negative one on as well. That'd be alright like that, wouldn't it? Back there. Right, let's get the old soldering iron and melt the solder off of this one. Cut this one down. Look. God, that wife of mine ain't gonna be very happy, because they're all still in there asleep, and that postman rang the doorbell, didn't he? What's the time? It's 10 to 10 in the morning on a Wednesday morning, and they like to stay in bed for some reason. It's quite funny when the doorbell rings though, but it just means I have to put up with a few hours of verbal abuse. Anyway, back in a bit. Let's sort this plug out. Sort the plug out, get the negative wire cut, get the things on the end, and I'll be back in a bit. Right, you lot, before I get carried away, I better show you what I've done. I've dropped all my heatsink all over the floor. I've done that yesterday actually, and I just haven't got round to look at that unorganised mess. That was all organised in these nice little tubs, but I dropped it all over the floor yesterday, and it's just I haven't got round to sorting it yet. Anyway, so I've made my new wire, got my plug on the end. I haven't got any black heat shrink that's big enough. It's either too big or it's too small, so I've used blue for the black, and I've used a bit of blue here. I put heat shrink around these. I like to do this if I'm doing you know, a real life, a full size car, or whatever I'm doing. I always put heat shrink around these little crimps. It's just like it just makes it look better, and it helps it stop being pulled out as easy. So there we go. Oh, sorry, I keep going the wrong way. Yeah, and plug on the end. Much longer wires, better quality wires. So let's attach them and see where we go. I've got to go and give the kids their breakfast in a minute, because I think I've just heard one of them running around. So I'm just looking for, because if I don't go out there and help give breakfast, I won't hear it for the rest of the day. I won't hear the end of it for the rest of the day. I'll keep getting shouted at all day long now.
You're out there all morning. You didn't come to help me give them breakfast. Meh, meh, meh.
Right, I'm looking for the little brass bit to screw this on. It's amongst here somewhere. I'll be back in a minute. Alright, I'm back. Kids are fed and that. We've had a game of football in the rain. You're probably going to expect me to say I don't like football in the rain, but I do. I do quite enjoy having a game of football in the rain. Not real football, obviously, just with the kids kicking it around, but there you go. Anyway, while I'm waiting for the soldering iron to warm up again, I'll explain what I've done and what I'm going to do. When I turned the camera off, I did carry on a little bit. I've got that all buttoned up. Oh, there we go. But because I haven't got the right sized little spade connectors for this motor, these are a bit big. It don't really fit on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this off now. And I'm just going to solder it straight onto the motor terminal. Just solder it on. That way it can't keep coming off. I'll solder it on. And you know, it's just going to be better, because these, if I had the right size spade connector, it'd probably be alright, but I haven't, as I've just explained. So it's just going to keep coming off. It's just going to be a pain in the arse, I think. So yeah, cut it off, solder it straight on, and that way we shouldn't have any trouble then, should we? I don't really want to cut the wire though. That's it, there we go. Pull that off. That just means I've got to unscrew this again, because I'm not going to be able to get a soldering iron in there. And that'll be that done then. And I can test it. Now, I do think, I'm holding out hope. I reckon this battery's had it, to be honest. I tried this battery in the Bugster, and it had some life, but not a lot, and it was fully charged as well. This one is about 10 or more years old, and it's got some life in it, so I'm going to put this one on it as well, but we'll see what one's got any power. If not, I've got a LiPo. I could just stick a LiPo on it. I mean, there's no reason why I just can't run a LiPo, I don't think. I know it's literally just a connection to a switch to a motor. There's no ESCs or nothing, so as long as the motor can hold it, we'll be alright. But it's only 7 point, it's only another couple of volts in it. But there's only one way to find out, and that's by trying. If you don't try, you don't know, do you? Anyway, let's take this all apart. I'm going to have to take this off so I can get the soldering iron in there. Otherwise it won't fit. There we go. That's what we want. I'm just literally, if you can see that, I'm literally just going to solder that onto that little connection there. It's a shame I can't. I need to get some heat shrink on it as well, really. Is that going to fit? That might fit. Have I got any bigger than that? I might have to use blue again. It's the only black I've got. That's the only black I've got. It might be too... it's too thin. Right, so it's going to have to be blue again. Let's crack out the blue. screw. That should be alright. Cut a little bit of that off. Only I want about half. I don't really want a lot. Cut some of that off. And solder it on. Right, after a little bit of hassle, I've managed to get that on there. It's fairly solid. It was a little bit difficult to solder to. It's probably why they didn't solder to it in the first place. It's probably why they had the little connections. But there we go. That's all back together. Let's screw the screws back in. I've got a little helper in the garage out there, so I've got to keep an eye on him now. He's out there with a file attacking stuff, so I've got to be careful what he's doing. So let's get this back together quickly. Turn that up that way. Stick that in there. Right, now let's stick a battery in. Let's put this battery in there. I could put it that way actually, couldn't I? If I put the battery that way, yeah, that'd be better, wouldn't it? Battery that way. Will it close like that? I don't know if it'll close. It will close, yeah, it will close. Not very well, but it'll close. Alright. We can connect it like that. Be careful it don't. Right, so that's all on, that's connected. Yeah, I won't be able to do it like that properly. Because it'll touch the floor, so it's got to be that way. There's no other way of doing it, it's got to be that way. Right, so like that. Connect. Wires in there, like that. Lovely. Right way round, and we're going. Let's get the car. It's got no fuel in it, so it's going to be a bit tight of an engine, but let's see if it actually even turns it over now. Does. Slow, because that battery ain't got a lot of charge in it, I don't think. But there we go. Kyosho starter box repaired. I reckon we can call that a win. Very nice. Righto, you lot. Thanks for watching. I'm eager to go and undo my little parcel. So I'll catch you on the next video, and it's going to be a good one. See you later, you lot. All the best.